final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. To return, here's Michael Campanaro. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. The MVP of Super Bowl 47 leading his crew out there from Delaware, it's Joe Flacco.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Now a carry here for Terrence West. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Throw right side taken in by Wallace. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Flacco from the gun. He's got it to West on the dump off. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now West. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. They'll run again here with West. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Well, now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Defense looking to hold serve one last time here on 3rd and 7. Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adam Jones. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. First carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. The numbers last week for Bernard, 16 carries, 137 yards.
One thing I do know, teams in the NFL don't treat this like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. It's been mentioned all week long about going out and getting him the rushing title. He'll see the ball, and he'll see it often.
And he's got the hook up to Brandon LaFell. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A Bengal first down, Dalton hitting LaFell.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
And a screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. That's a matchup maybe they go back to their outer third of the field as this game continues.
Yeah, I think back to my high school coach, John Ford. He used to say when we got big plays early in a game or good plays, he'd always say, foul it away, lad, foul it away, because he'd want to come back to it later in a key situation. They may come back to this one a little more often than that.
Didn't he say laddie or did he say lad?
Yeah, it just depended on what he was feeling at the moment.
Okay, I thought that was the guy you told me about that used to say laddie a lot.
Laddie, when you heard laddie, he was usually in a pretty good mood. Lad,
The numbers here last week for West. 19 carries, 65 yards.
And well liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. On the ground, it's West again. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
On 1st down, Flacco. The quick hitter complete. It's Wallace. The 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mike Wallace, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are in for 6.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Returning it, John Ross. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. A busy final day for you coming up in the NFL. Final day of the year as well. 11 other games going on as we speak. And then coming up later this afternoon, 2 games each from the AFC West and NFC West, all kicking off at the same time. Raiders, Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, Cardinals, Seahawks, Niners, Rams.
Loving it. Loving it.
That's it for the 2017 regular season. It'll be Happy New Year time. And Charles, you going to dust off Auld Lang Syne for us tonight?
Meet me at midnight, baby. You'll find out.
Hard pass. Now Dalton on the screen. Bernard. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
11 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And the Ravens taking the field. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too. There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack. But I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone. And into the offensive backfield, he's a heck of a player.
And there, a big TFL, tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. He's bred this big defensive tackle.
On 3rd down, that's West. So a good spin move, but not a whole lot to show after as he's taken down. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Ben Roethlisberger with 1 touchdown pass thus far. And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Brandon LaFell, his intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I'll tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you've got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. Dalton, 1st and 10. Now a right side completion here by LaFell. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. And this one's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Our Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Play action now. Dalton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So this offensive unit, they've now had 3 drives, and they only have 3 points to show for it.
Payoff is the key for everything. How many offenses have we talked to that say we have to finish drives? Thus far, this team hasn't finished it quite the way they wanted to.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They start on the ground with West. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve, as we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Okay, Brandon, thanks, and welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get to the highlights. Both the Ravens and the Bengals haven't had a reliable run game so far. The push up front has not been there, and you have to give credit to both defenses on that front. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. 3rd and long. West is by himself here, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to their own 42-yard line. First and 10. Wallace is wide open here on the catch, and this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown.
So no update from Larry after 17 weeks. Folks are saying, let's get on with the show. So we'll oblige as we get you set for the second half kickoff. On the NFL scoreboard, second quarter in Nashville. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. Teddy Bridgewater with 2 first-half touchdown passes. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Dalton now to pass. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The connection since 2011, Dalton to Green for a Bengal first down. And the fans probably thinking, wow, that's the first time Dalton and Green have connected here, and it's late. Where have they been?
And because they haven't been there, haven't been present, haven't done it often, their team is losing right now. It's vital that those two connect if they want to have a chance.
Throwing, Dalton, and the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 more on that one and another first down. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Dalton gives to Bernard. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Dalton off play action. He sets to fire deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually
Bernard churning, and he lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Dalton. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Here's Dalton. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown.
Fourth and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
This is West. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. From the gun, Flacco. And that's complete. It's Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top.
Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. 1st and 10 here for Flacco. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage. Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Passing play, Flacco. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Terrence West hitting double digits with his 10th. Ravens have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. Tucker now for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's into the clear. The 40. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there. 94 yards. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the 4th. They had just lost the lead. That deficit sure didn't take long to erase. They return the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown.
Love the thunderbolt that just came out of that one that puts them in the end zone and back in the lead. Your only question, your defense just gave up a score that put you behind. Well, that score you just added on the board, will it energize them? Or do they have to go back out there and they're a tired unit? We'll soon see.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
He hits West underneath. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He finds West, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Setting up the screen for West. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 3rd down, it's West. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Kenneth Dixon, the running back, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Nearly a huge return as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Bengals will get it at the 20. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That good for 19 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Again, here's Bernard. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Oh, passing it. Dalton going deep downfield for Ross. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. You can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The rookie from Kansas State, Jordan Willis. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Flacco, a veteran in these situations, hurrying his guys up. Flacco. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by George Iloka. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Not running. Dalton wants to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. They'll run it here with Bernard. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And the Bengals on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Dalton wants to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 32. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued. Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. And now Baltimore. Get set to take the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Pressure mounting. Flacco. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
So they took a shot there on 3rd. Third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Elsewhere, Ford Field. They're into the 4th quarter now. And that one all Packers right now. They've scored again. Aaron Rodgers, he was on fire. 5 touchdown passes. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They've got the lead by 3, late stages of the game. What's the message here? Just hang on to the football? Is it that simple?
That's exactly right, because ball security is paramount. And you got a small cushion. A field goal can tie you. but you don't even think that way. Just take care of the ball, close out the game.
Will they close it out? We're about to find out. 10 yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one. They'll run again with Bernard. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Big spot. Andy Dalton. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. And give that one to the Texans as they wind up winners. Deshaun Watson, good game throwing the ball, over 300 passing yards. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Setting to throw, Flacco. Now a desperation, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by George Iloka. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Bengals, a final win here means they'll finish at 14-2. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they wanted desperately to finish at 500, but that won't happen, as it'll be a 7-9 season in the end. And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.